Welcome to the next episode of the Iowa Girls Wrestling Stories podcast. Today I have good friend and Grandview women's coach, Arelys. Do I say that right? I always say it wrong, but Valles. We've been friends
Arelys,
for
yeah.
for several years, actually, since she's come to the great state of Iowa. We've known each other. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good.
You know, you
It's
told
Sunday, so
yeah, you told me the kids beat you up at practice today.
oh, they do. They do. Even the little ones, they beat me up. I just gotta make sure they don't know it.
Awesome. I thought we would talk a little bit about the season and
Yeah.
recruiting and see where everything takes us. But how's this season going for you?
Oh, season's really good. Right now I must say, so we're in year 6, but our first year got canceled. So we're kind of year 5, technically, of competition with nationals. No, the team's doing really good. We've been ranked number 1, number 2 all season. The girls been putting the work. Girls have been stepping up. No, I can't say anything. Can't say anything bad. There's the next season. Girls just they've been grinding it out.
Who else is kind of right up there with you in that 1 and 2 spots? Is Life still up in that?
Yeah, life and us has been back and forth at 1 and 2. Um, I think it's all season we've been back and forth with the 1 and 2 spots.
Gotcha. And then William Penn just down the road is kind of making a little
Yeah,
noise too. So that's,
yeah, they've been doing
I
pretty
mean,
good this year.
yeah, it's good to have, competition always breeds better.
Yeah.
Then we got to work harder. I always think that
Well,
too.
we're one of the hardest conference too, so
Oh yeah, you guys are. So what's the outlook for going to nationals? I know next weekend is your qualifiers coming up. What's it looking like? You can take 12, is that correct?
Mhm. Yeah, so
So
right now we're not focusing on nationals for now. We're focusing on conference, one step at a time. This is our last week at training at home. So we're making sure the girls are healthy, weight are in control, working on specific areas that they need to work on. And that's just the small little details, they've been training all year for this. They've been working on our technique. Right now it's just, little fine tune ups for this weekend.
awesome. I'm guessing you got about a rated wrestler at about every single weight anymore, don't you?
Well, this year, no, we doubled up. Actually, there's a bunch of weight classes that we have doubled up this year.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
like I think
that's
our first 4 weight classes have been doubled up all year. So we're looking at 8. And then we kind of the from like our last 3 weight classes where we kind of been moving people around.
yeah.
But yeah.
So you had something really cool happen just a couple weeks ago. Iowa Public Television broadcast the
Yeah.
first women's meet on Iowa Public Television, which I grew up watching Iowa Public Television duels, so that's really cool. I know the duel didn't end up exactly how you wanted, but duels can go either way. But what
Yeah.
was it like to have Iowa Public Television on campus and doing all that? That's really neat.
Well, it's funny because like I remember Coach Mitchell in the summer talked to me about it. I'm not from Iowa, so when he was asking me about it, I'm like, what's that? Like I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm just like, you forgotten that from here. I don't know what that is. And he was telling me how big and important it was. So it was pretty neat, be on live TV, and it was good exposure for women's wrestling. It's one of those things, you don't really get to be on like it's like D1 level. They always get on TV. So it's pretty nice to be at NAIA school, being the first women's match. And it was a good duel. It was a good duel.
Yeah, I mean, that's really cool. I remember, we used to record those on our VHS and then I'd watch them over and over and over till the next season because you only got about 8 or 9 matches you got to watch all year long. So
Yeah.
it's kind of neat that they're going back to doing that. I think that's really cool. Um, One of the things I wanted to discuss was if we go back to year 1 and 2, the first couple of years compared to now, how have things changed? Just even like in the room, the dynamic. What would you say some of the biggest things that have happened since year one?
Oh gosh. Year 1. It was like the bad news bears for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
I
had a
mean, if you notice, I pulled it out.
yeah,
I
the
have the
original
shirt on.
shirt too.
The
God, it's
original shirt.
and it was funny because this year, I'm getting off topic. I did a team bonding of it was kind of it's trivia, the history of Grandview women's wrestling. And it's just amazing. Like I went really in depth with our first couple years, like specific information, and all the girls were like, holy crap, like stuff they didn't know. And when I was doing that, I was really looking back and like how much has changed our first year. We had like 20 girls on the team. We had injuries going on. We had girls like Chloe Crispic. She was a 109-pounder. We're bumping up the rest of 123 for us and duels. And it's just
Yep.
like, yeah, oh my God, looking back, I wouldn't change one thing. I really would not change one thing of it. Um, it has molded the program, it has helped growth, and it has made it the way it is today, to be honest. But one thing since year one hasn't changed, the girls fight. That has not changed. They put in the work, they will grind it out with each other. That has never changed.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of new programs and I talk to a lot of coaches from around the world, or not a world, but around the state and a few other places. They all get really frustrated with that first year. And I know it can be frustrating, but there
Yeah.
is there is light at the end of the tunnel, isn't there? You guys, now this year, what are some really cool things, like the depth you have on your team and the rated athletes, and just what's it like now to have, what's a practice like, what's a daily thing like with having the level of wrestlers that you have now and the number of wrestlers that you have now?
Yeah, now, over the years, now compared to year one to year now, we do have depth now in the team. Each weight class, you're looking about three per weight. So you have multiple training partners. Um, we don't really talk about like accomplishments and none of that stuff. Our thing is, you become in, you become coachable, buy into the culture, put the grind in, the results will show. That's one of our things for sure. But
That's
it's nice to
that's
have depth. Depth for
yeah.
sure has been big for us.
Yeah, so you can actually fill a lineup midway through the season when people start to get injured and stuff. Yeah. Um, Of course, I've had some different coaches on at junior college level and recruiting. We talk a lot about recruiting, and I know you do a lot of the recruiting for Grandview. You're on the road a lot. You're talking to girls. You're doing all kinds of stuff. What are we looking for in a Grandview athlete? Who are you looking for? What are some of the big things you're looking at?
And one thing I'm for sure looking at is the fight in the match. That's my biggest thing I'm looking at. Like when I was at Girls State a couple weeks ago, I was watching those blood round matches. I was watching those placement matches. And like honestly, there's some matches that the girls lost, and I was like, oh dang, that girl had a fight in her. That's my things. Like, yeah, being a state champ, state place, I'm never gonna discredit that. Congratulations, I'm proud of you for doing that. But one thing I'm always looking for is the fight. That's one thing I'm looking for. If you're down 8-0, are you gonna come back to it? I've seen many girls. We had one girl on team always down 8-0. Actually, I had two girls on my team that does that. Always come back, but they fight their butt off and come back and get that win. We're looking for those situations. How are you acting when someone's wrestling dirty to you? Are you composed? Can you wrestle through that? Little small stuff like that. That's what we're looking at right now.
Gotcha.
That's always got my attention. Like I haven't seen some of these like up and coming girls, who are brand new to wrestling, but I see them scrapping in the room. I'm like, whoa, who are you? What's this?
Yeah, because it's not always those state champions that make it in college. Sometimes
Yeah.
it is those scrappy ones, the ones that are just willing to fight and grind their way through it. Those are sometimes the your best college athletes. So grades, very
That's
important.
important. That's always been important for us thing. Like I get it, having 3.0 and 4.0 is hard, but most of our girls look at all have 3.0s. And thing is like if you're having a 3.0 in the classroom, I know what kind of athlete you are. You have a 3.0, that means you're going to class, submitting your assignment, studying for your tests, passing your tests. That means I know you're gonna be at practice every single day. You're watching technique, you're being coachable, you're gonna do technique that's being taught, like you gain those reps in. I know those are the type of athletes I'm gonna be getting. If classroom speaks a lot.
Yeah. And so when someone comes on campus and what's a visit look like when they come to Grandview?
So visit, let's do an example. So you come at 12 o'clock. I'm just trying an example. 12 o'clock, you go to admin. You have administration will talk to you, financial aid will talk to you, and then there's a couple more people they talk to when they're in administration. Then they go on a campus tour. Usually one of the wrestlers that either girls and guys that go out, and obviously another athlete. Show them around campus, show them around all the facility, which doing administration campus tours is about roughly about 2 hours. And before you meet with the coaches, you'll meet with like a faculty staff and your majors of studies. So that's probably like 30 minutes. Yeah, so you're looking about 30 minutes with admin, an hour tour, and then 30 minutes with talking to someone in your field of study. And then once you're done with that, you come in with the coaches. And then you'll meet us in our women's facility. The women's wrestling facility is on campus. That's a really big thing. We don't share our facility. We have our own facility, which is actually the old men's facility. So it's kind of, they have a lot of history in there when they were there. So it's kind of nice when we came in and took over.
Yes.
Yeah, we show them our facility. We show them the both weight rooms. We show them, we host our GD Open, our duels. Then we go eventually down to the men's facility because we do train with them during the off season. Come show them our home, show them like the day to day life, what it's like being at Grandview, being an athlete, be on the women's team. And then, they come to practice, come to practice. They talk to the girls, train with the girls. Like honestly, it's like what it feels like to be here full time.
Very nice. And so, I know it's about impossible to know every person in the state or surrounding states or from Florida. So what's a good way for, what's a good way for someone who's interested in wrestling at Grandview to even be looked at?
Yeah, so you can always email us. Me and the head coach emails also on our website. My number is usually blast on social media somewhere. To go, I have people text me. People also message me through our Instagram account. We have the Grandview Instagram page. Some of them even message my personal page. So it's a lot of many ways to get a hold of us. So it's
But
not just
reaching
one way.
They should definitely try to reach out if they're interested at all, because,
Yes.
like I said, it would be impossible to know every single possible person in the state, in Nebraska, in Missouri. You can't, there's no way you can know all the people
Yeah.
and stuff. So if they're interested at all, and it's a great program. I've been around that program
Since
since
you're
day one.
one.
Yeah, so I special place. Love the room. I like it's not so big. The mats are the awesome mats in there. They're getting a little beat up. But they're
They're
they
hanging
were
in
brand
there.
new, but
They,
they
they
but they
were they're,
were
they're hanging in there.
yeah, but they're so soft compared to what I practice on. It's so nice to be in there. And I don't know, is there any plans to move down to the bigger facility?
Yeah, so the men's facility, the bowling alley, there's still one third not being used. They're working on blueprints for us in there. So and that's been the work for the past couple of years. But one thing about Grandview, not gonna go in and do it halfway. They're gonna do something. They're
Yeah.
gonna commit, make sure it's 100%. So I'm a little picky too. So if
No,
I'm getting my
that's
facility down, I'm gonna make sure it's done right. I want all this in there. So, but it's gonna work. They've been talking about it for a couple of years. We've been working on it.
Yeah, it's quite the men's facility is pretty awesome. I've been
Yeah.
down there. I've done a couple practices in there. I'm gonna have to say coaching in there is not my favorite, just because you almost have to yell the whole time because it's
It takes a bit, yeah. When
yeah,
we
it's
go down
big.
there, for the postseason training, it takes about a few weeks to get used to like listening to the coaches because we're
Hmm.
so used to our facility, so to hear Quincy easier. So when there's little echo, but I think after a few weeks you get used to it. So it takes some adaptation in there.
Yeah, but it's cool. Four full mats.
Yeah.
The locker area is really nice. Training facility. You guys have an awesome scale there that tells you everything about
Yeah.
yourself, more than you want to know, probably. And
Yeah. I don't
it's
like
yeah,
too much.
definitely some awesome stuff there. I know a lot of people here, from different coaches, oh, you have to wrestle freestyle. You have to, folk style is not that important. I know you have some kids on your team that really didn't wrestle any freestyle that are highly rated in this in the country. What's your thoughts on just the transitioning? How do you transition people from folk style to freestyle?
Yeah, so there are some coaches that have said that. Me personally, I can't say anything because when I went to college, I had no freestyle background. My first freestyle was first day of college practice. So it's like I can't say anything like, oh, this and that, because I was one of those. But no, yeah, we have girls that still come into this year with no freestyle background. And honestly, let me tell them it's easy adjustment. After about a month in it, especially going with the returners or who has done freestyle, it's an easy transition. That's one thing. It's like that. As one thing, I don't like. I guess I don't like when I hear people. Oh, I never done freestyle. So that's fine. Takedown's a takedown. A pin's a
Yep.
pin. A turn to
Yep.
turn. Like everything else will come up. The biggest thing is no more stand ups. That's the
Yep,
biggest thing.
that's a bad thing anymore. That would be bad.
Oh God. Today I was wrestling with one of the high schoolers at club practice. And of course she took me down. I'm here laying down flat and she's like, Bias, are you gonna get up? And I'm like, oh, we're doing folks. I gotta get back up, don't I? I'm just like, dang it. She's like, you still got a month left. I was like,
Yep,
bless. So it's a good transition. I deal with the club kids still. They go from freestyle to folk style, so we gotta make those adjustments. It takes about a month
yep.
to get used to it.
And club, that's something that really over the time from that year one to now, the clubs really
Mm-hmm.
really progressed. You know, those first year or two, it was, hey, let's have a practice here and there and try to get something going. And now you
Yeah.
got a fantastic club. What's all gone into building that club?
Yeah, the club is like my little baby. God, I built it from the grounds up. And dude, honestly, it's kind of just like the college program. Year one, you had a small group, and every year kept getting bigger and bigger. Like it's nice to look back, see how much it grown. One thing about our club, it's an all girls club. That's my thing. I want to be all girls club. I want the girls to have that special attention, they deserve. Really focus on their bodies. Like, I have nothing against male coaches. All my coaches are male. My coach is a male right now. So that's one thing is just like, having a coach that knows your anatomy. Females' body's different than a boy's body. We have the hips, the turning, the flexibility is a lot different. You don't really think about it. Yeah, it's just a place just for them, and it has really gone. We have opened our club to K to 12. Even the college girls, they come and train. It's open to anybody. We don't care if you're a beginner, you're in a medium, you're an elite. You come in, you're still training. Like today, we had a diverse of everybody, and everybody's here scrapping it out. Girls running into the wall. My littles kept somehow merging to the bigger kids. I'm here, just like, let's get you away from here. But no, they be scrapping. Oh my gosh, those club girls, they take it very seriously in there. They're fun to watch. Some days I gotta look away. I'm like, oof, just don't throw any clubs, please.
So with the club, you've done you and Kinsey have done the camp since year one. I
Mm-hmm.
believe or maybe that was between year one and two,
Yeah.
but you got a fantastic camp. I'm going to let you plug the camp a little bit, and
Oh,
I know you kind of limit it to numbers just because of you guys want to make sure you get them some good one-on-one one-on-one
yeah.
stuff. But go ahead and talk about the camp a little bit.
Oh yeah, camp. I was just talking about it to one of the college girls who did camp with us. Yeah, we've been doing year camp since year one, even during COVID, which was very questionable. During the COVID year, that was a very questionable time to do camp. I was like, let's just do it. Yeah. Dude, I think we're in year 5 right now. And yeah, so we always did our regular summer camp, which is like the second to last weekend of June. Yeah, it gets pretty packed out. Um, we do have a limit, kind of sometimes I go a little bit over the limit. I just can't say no to kids. You
I
know,
understand.
it's fun partying with them at the camps. But yeah, we have, like this year, our summer camp is June 22nd. And then last year we added a second camp, the elite camp. So last year we started, so this is our second year. So this year our summer camp is June 22nd, and elite camp, if I'm correct, is June 27th, 29th.
Gotcha. And
It's
so,
nice.
yeah, so I know that you had a couple different sessions during the day and everything, but what's a day in the life of a camper? What do they all do?
Yeah, so for the summer camp, you have 2 practices a day. So we wake up, have breakfast, go to the morning session, come back, relax, have your lunch, have a little break, go back for the second session. Then you come back, have your dinner. We have like team activities, team bonding. Every day, every year is different. Like we had the annual like dance party. It started off one year in the dorm room, and I remember the first year it happened. I'm like, where's all my campers at? They were all huddled up in a room. Like it was like had a suite. So it was like when Langrock is like 2 rooms and then like have a living area. And I was like, where's all my campers at? And I hear music playing. I go to the room. It was like disco lights. They were just partying. I was just like, whoa, okay, what's going on? And they just kept a tradition going on. And so that merged out as an annual thing. Our fashion show, that's an annual thing too. So that's something we keep every year going on, just start from year one, just for us goofing around. And then this year we started doing a slip and slide kickball tournament. Oh boy. Oh my God. It
That
was
sounds fun.
it was hilarious watching. I think one of my college girls broke her toe. So I mean, like, look at the kids were fine. Most of the kids were just face planting into the pool. One ate soap. Oh my God, it was so funny. I love it. Like I have so much fun with them during summer camp. The elite camp, yeah, 3 practices a day. So they're pretty tired. The team
uh,
activities a little bit smaller. They're more like, I want to take a nap. And I'm
I
just
can
kind of like,
imagine.
where's my friends? My friends. I'm here supposed to party with you guys. So
And
elite
how
camp is
many?
breakfast. You have breakfast, practice. You have a snack, practice. Or then you have like lunch, practice, and then dinner. And we did some activities in there. We had the slip and slide come out, but most of them were just like, can we just
I'm
take a
going to
nap?
bed.
Yes. I was like, oh, I don't think it was that bad of a practice. But then I'm like, wait, kind of tired too, guys. But no,
How
it's
many
fun.
days? How many days is the elite? 3 days of elite
Yeah,
camp. Very
they're both
nice.
threes. Yeah. So it's fun. Like I said, every year we always have, they work hard, but we make sure we have fun with the kids. It's always
And
memory.
who do you have for like camp counselors and people doing technique this year? You have that lined up already, or
Not yet. Our technician, Coach Crenzy, he's always come in,
uh
teach all technique. Our camp counselors, I'm still finalizing it right now. We're still in season, so I haven't been bugging the girls too much about it. But
Yep.
a lot of them will be familiar faces that have been, girls who have been through the camp. They're now here with us. Some returning camp counselors and some of the campers' favorites are coming back too.
Very
So
nice.
it's
I know
it's fun.
I know well we stopped by and practiced before we went down to state, and we talked a little bit about you're bringing in some international wrestlers and with opportunities, and you got to travel this last summer with a young lady to, can't remember which country, but
Who do I?
to, and I couldn't even say it if I wanted to. So what are some opportunities that you've been working on there with Olympic hopefuls from other countries?
Yeah, so Mahilani is actually the one got me into it. So she was a transfer. She graduated last year. She wrestled for Team Uruguay, and she asked me, "Hey, can you come with me to Argentina as my coach and training partner?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And I'm here like, I'm not gonna complain about Argentina. And it was a
Yeah.
Pan Am Championships, and it was like a whole experience. And then she asked me, "Hey, can you come to Chile with me too for the games and be my coach and training partner?" I was like, "Absolutely." And so it was a really big, good experience. And compared to senior level international tournaments, I know the growth as an athlete that you get from it. So since her, like there's some girls that were born in a different country. Like one of my girls, she was born from Puerto Rico, but she was raised in Florida since she was 8. So when I asked her, "Hey, do you want to wrestle for Puerto Rico?" She's like, "Absolutely." So made a few phone calls, had to call a few people, and took her out to the World Team Trials. Now she's a senior member for Team Puerto Rico. She's in May. She's going back to wrestle for the U20 spot, and she's challenging for the U23 spot. In May she's going down to Mexico for the Pan Ams. So it'd be a nice experience. I have a freshman coming in next year. She's half Peruvian. So next year, I'm be working with her too, talking to the president about, going to the World Team Trials. It's a good experience. Getting, the U.S. The making the national team is tough here. So you
Very
know,
tough.
you can make another national team and qualify for the games and the Olympics. I can't say no to that.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's incredibly tough to make the world team of the United States. And then,
Yeah.
people hang out for two, three, four cycles, so those spots don't open up very often, do they?
Yeah.
Or I mean, it's tough to beat. It's kind of tough to go beat Hella Marulis on any weekend, two out of
Yeah.
three, but you might have an opportunity in another country that maybe your family has dual citizenship with. So
Mhm.
that's pretty cool. That's neat that you get some international travel. You got to do a little international travel with the ISF also and
Yes.
stuff. And this last one didn't work out exactly right. The timing was
Mhm.
bad, but I know you're still on the list for potential coaches for all ISF trips.
Yeah.
What was it like? You went down to Brazil.
Yes.
So how was that trip?
Oh my God, it was so much fun. Like I heard a lot of good things about Brazil, so it was awesome. Of course, there's a little language barrier, but kind of got part of it. Some part of it I knew, but no, it was really good. We had a really good group. It was a U15 team. So, dude, they were just funny and goofy. They were so much fun just to hang out with them. One thing when I was asked to be on the coaching staff is, well, one of my assignments was to have fun with the kids.
Hmm.
I made sure I had fun with the kids. I was just
Very
lucky
nice.
me. I'm short, so I blended in with them. So we were kind of playing pranks sometimes on other people. One of the guys kept saying, "Oh, she's a world champ, this and that," thinking I was one of them. I just went with them. Like, okay, I'm gonna go with this too. That was really fun. Going down to Brazil, going to Rio. We got to go to where the Olympics was held at. So it's nice to see it. Like they had all like the Olympic champs, world, bronze, silver from all the sports team. We got to go where they hosted events at. So it was very nice, different culture. We got to go see the Christ Redeemer. That was nice to watch. We went down the sugar something. I forgot what it's called. But we did a lot of culture things too in there. And like the food was really good as well. It was overall it's a nice experience. That's the thing. Anybody who travels internationally, you're going there for business, going to go do what you gotta do, but you always gotta make time for the memories. Take pictures.
Yep.
That was my biggest thing.
Yeah. One trip we got to take together, which was really kind of fun, and you walked me to death. But we went out to Washington D.C. to wrestle like a girl.
Yeah.
Not this last year, but the year before.
Mhm.
I know that really that I know the going around and seeing the monuments and all that stuff really meant something to you because I think your dad was really excited for that trip for you, wasn't he?
Oh yeah,
Or
my dad's a history major. So this guy, if he was there, he thought it was bad with us. He would have been there for hours looking at all that stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't get those genetics like he did. But it was cool. I've never been to Washington, so like getting to go in there and see everything in person, like you see in pictures, and
uh,
like actually getting to see it, like that was awesome to say. We walked what 8 miles? I didn't even feel like 8 miles because we were just boom, 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 going everywhere. So
yeah, and
I
you
had that
you
was a fun
convinced
trip.
you convinced that one guy that we should be able to take some pictures of the Constitution and stuff that we weren't really supposed to, but if we did it just right, we got to do that. So yeah, no, it's always fun. Hey, it's always fun hanging out with you. So, I was gonna ask some questions. You were at the girls' state tournament
Yep.
and stuff, and I'm guessing you've been to some other state tournaments too. Maybe you don't always get there because you're kind of in season,
Yeah.
but what are your thoughts on what the girls' union has done down in Coralville? What do you think about that
They
tournament?
done a lot because when I said my first Iowa Girls State was in 2020 and it was at Waverly, my first two
Uh-huh.
years there. And that was like the second year, if correct, they
Yep.
had state. So, being, my first 2 years in the high school gym and like seeing the growth of it. And then they completely went from high school straight to an arena. And it's like, dude, just seeing the growth of it, you can tell they're very much invested. Like that's one thing the union has very much invested. They want to see the growth. They want to get these girls all the potential that they deserve.
Yeah.
And
Have you
and they
seen a
push.
big difference in the wrestling from the years in Waverly to how we're wrestling now? Just how much better the girls are wrestling.
Yeah, there was thinking when we first started, we only had a small group, and now we have number of girls in the state. Girls are starting to start earlier. When it was first started, these girls barely started. Now I had these young girls, starting elementary, middle school, wrestling in high school. Yeah, you see the girls now that has been wrestling for a few years. You see a difference for sure, and
Uh,
it's just warming to see all that.
so I know one of the things that is being talked about, and I know you guys travel every year and do the national duels.
Mhm.
But they're talking about doing a dual state tournament. How do you think that would, you think that'd be big positive. I see the look on your face. I can tell
Oh,
you think that'd be a big positive.
well, personally, duels are fun. Duels are always so much fun to do. Like in college, we love national duels. It's one of the best experience. You're with your team. That's why for like, Grandview Wrestling Club, we always take teams out, Twin Rivers, we're always taking teams out. It's just that camaraderie there. It's just that culture. It's fun. It's fun to have duels. Like, that's one thing we love doing duels here at Grandview. So, I'm all about it. Like, look how hype up the men's is when they have their duels, and like the girls, yeah, they should do the same thing. I absolutely love it. It's just a different atmosphere. It's
Yep.
different having a duel than individuals because you're there watching each other, cheering each other. It's going down to that nitty gritty, especially when it comes to those close matches. And it comes down to, oh, we need this point. The girl like, I'm gonna go get this for. Don't worry about it, coach. Like it's fun to see those matches.
Yeah, I love duels. Duels are so much fun. At Grandview, duels are really cool because you do them under the
And
spotlight.
some head-to-head matches too.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, no, it's so much fun. Duels are awesome. Um, a lot of times I'll talk to people about their future role in college or in wrestling and stuff. If they're, especially I talk to a lot of high schoolers and college athletes and stuff. Are you coming back? Well, you're already in a role of a college coach. Um, what do you think your future is in the sport? Do you, I mean, I'm sure someday you'll want to be a head coach again, or are you just happy where we're at? I know it's a great
Honestly,
environment for you.
yeah, honestly, I've learned when I was in college not to plan my future. I just kind of learned just go day by day because I tried planning it out. Like I said, my plan in college was to go be an athletic trainer and go be an AT for like high school kids. As you can tell, that sure didn't happen. And
Yeah.
I had no intentions to be a coach or a teacher. So that's why I
Yep.
said like once all that happened, I just stop planning out. I'm actually just going day by day. One day I could be here, one day I could be a coach somewhere internationally. Who knows?
Yeah.
So
Which
I just kind of
which
just go day by day.
internationally would be pretty cool and you don't have to necessarily give up your job to go be an Olympic coach somewhere, do you?
Yeah. So
That'd be really
honestly,
cool.
I'm grateful where I'm at Grandview. I'm in great positioning, but I'm just gonna go day by day with my life.
Yeah.
Because
And if anybody's going to Grandview and they're going to be a coach, they're going to take your classes because that's what you teach. So
we party in
that's
my classes. I don't know. On Friday, it got a little too vocal, and a lot of it came from me. Got a little too competitive with the kids.
yeah,
I
yes.
felt
Play some
cheated out.
games in there and have some fun.
Well, I think there was some cheating going on, but it's okay. I Danny explained the rules better some days though. I just get a little competitive with the students. I'm like, why
That's
am I
all
doing
right.
this? Why am I involved? I should just be on the side, but I get a little too excited and I want to participate.
Awesome. I'm trying to think. I think we've hit most of my wrestling questions, and I'm just going to ask a bunch, they're not a bunch of questions, but some different questions, and we're going to get to know you better. All right.
Mhm.
Just and some different, just your opinions on things, and so we'll start real simple. Like, what's your favorite color?
Oh, everybody knows it. It's like is that I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like lavender, like this color,
Kind of
like
like that. Yeah.
this.
I like it. That's an awesome color.
It's like it's such Laic. I lilac.
Lilac?
That
Lilac?
word. There
There we
we go.
go.
Oh
There
yeah.
we go.
All the college girls will tell you, even the girls, like, that's my color. Like my phone case is that way. I just bought shoes yesterday from Nike. That's that color too. I got sport ball spandex, my iPad case is that color. Yeah, it's my color. It's fab.
That's your color. Awesome. So
Hmm.
I already know that you're a great dog mom.
Oh,
You
where
know,
is she anyways?
is she
Oh,
running around the house?
I don't know. She's probably next to the heater.
Yes.
She's
So,
sleeping.
so if you were going to get another pet and you were going to have, or, just anything, any type of pet that you would want, what would you get? Or would you get another dog or would you go crazy?
Well, I did have a hamster at one point. Mini. Apparently that hamster was passed around a lot. So she was actually pretty cool to have. Unfortunately, she passed away. Hamsters only last for 2 years. I cried about that one actually. So can't have a pet for only a couple years now. Um, I don't know, most likely being our dog.
Do you
I
have any
just
type of dog breed that you really, really like?
I don't know. Lolo's a rescue dog, so I kind of just got her. but she's part weenie. So
Uh-huh.
one of mine a little weenie dog, but rescue dogs, they need a home too.
Yeah.
She's a
And
little
she's your
dog.
baby.
She is my little baby, but boy, she does have her mother's attitude. We go at it sometimes.
Yeah. But she gets to go visit other people and people get to come stay with her quite a bit, don't they?
Yeah, she has a
When
specific
you're
nanny. Yep, she goes to her nanny's house, and her nanny has a dog. Her nanny has a dog, a boy named Gus. So she's actually gonna go see Gus this weekend.
nice. So she's got a boyfriend. So that's
Oh no,
nice.
no,
No, we can't date yet.
no.
She's not
Even
old enough to.
though this is lady, no, no,
Gotcha.
she's too young for all that.
So you
No, no,
just
no.
mentioned your colors, and stuff, and you bought some Nike shoes. The internet was rude and interrupted us slightly. Next question I got, and you just talked about getting a new pair of shoes from Nike. I love shoes. I buy all kinds of crazy shoes. But what's your favorite wrestling shoe?
Oh, the inflicts. Inflicts
Inflix.
have been.
I might have to get a pair of those. Everybody talks about Inflix, and I've never had them on.
Well, the inflicts reminding me of my Dave Schultz, the Asics.
Yes.
They when I was in college, Dave Schultz A6 was my favorite. I loved how it felt. And I couldn't find a pair like that when they discontinued. And then when I came here, Grant Turner, the Nike guy, he's an assistant coach on the men's side, got me Inflix. And since then, it felt very similar to my A6. So I kind of just been, I go through them like once a year. I have to buy new ones every single year to go through it.
Yeah, I really wish Asics would come back out with the Dave Schultz. And prior to Dave Schultz, they had those. They were a Dan Gable Ultraflex that they used to call them back in my high school days, and that's what I wore in college. Also, was they were the red and silver, and the Schultz were the with the gold and
Yeah.
stuff. So and in high school I had a blue and silver pair. But yeah, I love the feel of those shoes, and I wish they had those all the time. Are
Yeah.
those internationally? You see a lot of wrestlers wearing Asics that look similar to that.
Yep.
Have you, if you, if you're overseas and you get a chance, I might have to Venmo you some money and we might have to get some of those. I think, are those EVOs or is that what they
Yeah.
call them?
Dude,
Are they the same or not?
I don't know. Like one of my girls, she would be able to answer that question better than me. Like she's always having like those shoes from overseas. One of my athletes' boyfriend just bought her one of those like shoes overseas too. So and I gotta ask them. Like they look nice in person. They look light.
Yeah,
I just got
I'd like
child size feet, so I have issues.
understand. So let's say you're going to make one more weight cut and you got done with your weight cut. It was really tough. But what are you super craving? What is the food you're gonna have?
Oh gosh. I don't know. I haven't done a hard weight cut since college. It's been a bit.
Well,
Oh
so how
goodness.
about what's just your favorite food then? What are we gonna go out to eat? We're going out for your birthday.
Oh,
Where are we going? Did you say sushi?
oh, that's a no, no, hold on. It depends where
No.
I'm at. It just depends where I'm at.
Okay.
Because for my birthday, I've been in South America these past couple years. I was in Costa Rica, Mexico. This year I'll be in Puerto Rico. So that's what I've been kind of doing right now for my birthday. I'll be going like
Oh,
my international trip.
nice.
So
So
it just kind
let's
of
say we're back in Florida, Southern Florida.
oh
What's our meal down in Southern Florida?
oh that's easy Cuban. I'm going to oh my god, you have the congri, you have lechuga, you have the yuca, you have the plátanos. Oh, that's the dish right there. Oh my goodness. If you're Cuban, you understand. You know I'm already talking about that. I cannot wait to go back this summer to my mom. I already have a mom a list of every single day what I want. One of
Very
my
nice.
girls, she's from Miami, so every like once a month she goes out there. She always brings back a little party platter. So like my
Uh-huh.
pastelitos, my croquetas, my little pancito. She brings it back to me. I'm just like, oh, and it's bad because it's like a party platter, and I'll
Uh-huh.
finish it in 2 days. And she was like, "Ah, yes." I'm like, I couldn't help it.
Mhm.
I can't stop myself.
You
It's
couldn't
bad.
help it.
It
Yeah.
was bad. It's supposed to be a sharing one. No,
And
no.
You're not sharing.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to, I'll be down in Fort Lauderdale. You'll have to maybe send me some.
Vicky's Bakery. Go to Vicky's
Okay.
Bakery.
Okay. We will see if we can't find that when I'm down there.
Oh, it's down there.
So
So,
so now you're gonna be in Wichita. So you're in the Midwest. What's our meal in the Midwest? What are we gonna go eat? Are you a
oh,
steak
I haven't
person?
been to Wichita. I haven't been to Wichita like I think in a while. I think kind of just changes. I know when we go like certain places for tournament, kind of see what's around. Um, one go to has always been like Mexican, kind of standard. Sushi's always a good one. We're always okay with
Yeah.
steak. I don't know. Crazy's a foodie, so we kind of just go like, "Okay, Crazy, where you want to go today?" We'll look something up
So
and just go with it.
when I lived in Wichita, I worked for a place called Amarillo Mesquite Grill, and
Mm.
I was a grill cook and kitchen manager for them. They closed down, but I think they've reopened, and it's all mesquite wood grills, incredible steaks, smoked food. So if you're down there for
Goes
Wichita,
that?
you might have to give that a try.
I got
Is
so
there
crazy.
is there anything that you absolutely hate and will not eat?
I don't think so. I'm kind of pretty open. I'm pretty open trying anything, to be honest. I don't know. I guess that's I don't know. Yeah, I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
sure, why not try it?
Awesome. Um, do you have a favorite movie or genre of movies that you like to watch?
Always like comedy. For sure, comedy is always my go-to. I can't watch anything scary. I'm a child. If I was watching something scary, I would not be sleeping. Um, doesn't matter how old I am. I will run to the bathroom, close the door, tuck my eye. It's bad. I don't know why. So let's stick to comedy. Um,
Comedies. You have a
and
favorite
reality
comedy?
TV. Any comedy, yeah. Just like, I just watched Deadpool, the new one, not too long
Hmm.
ago. Can never go wrong with that. So I'm not just kind of go on Netflix or Amazon. Just like, what's on today? Of course, if there's specific actors in there, I was like, okay, this has to be a good one. They're in this movie. So
Yep. Do
and
you
I
do
kind
you
of
binge any TV shows?
yes, oh, it's bad. I binge shows really, really. I'll finish in 2 days.
What are you watching right now?
I just finished binge watching not too long ago that I'm gonna butcher this one, like Sweet Mongolia's on Netflix, that chick flick.
Oh, yeah, yes, I know. Yep.
If I binge watched it on a Sunday till 3 o'clock in the morning, had class at 9. I for sure binge watched it. Yeah, it's been at Outer Banks. Binge watched that when it came out. Yeah, me is like when a season comes out, I'll be home all day. I'll watch it.
Yes. And
It's
so
like
you
okay.
don't like it when you have to wait for the next episode?
There's
It
a couple
drives me nuts.
shows. No, there's like I watched Teen Mom since it first came
Mhm.
out. It's
I
like I
have
went
to.
once. Yeah. Now they're 16 and driving, which is like, oh dang, you've been on to your whole life. So like I watch that one like once a week. I'm like this. So I purposely now like forget that it's on. So I can have like two shows back to back.
Nice.
All American
So,
just came back out, so I'm watching that. So it's kind of the challenge on MTV.
oh, I love the challenge.
Yes,
Uh,
they're now doing Challenge All Star Rivals, which is actually pretty funny right now. There's so much bickering going on with like Ashley M and Anissa. I'm just like, okay, keep going, keep going. I want to hear more. What's going on?
That's
It's
awesome.
I watch a lot of reality TV. Like right now, I'm
Yeah.
watching also Love Is Blind, which I'm just like, you guys give me headaches. Like this gives me
You
so
know,
much.
you don't get enough reality TV with the college girls.
Well, they do actually. Depends what day. There's not been any good channels lately, so I'm like, back to
Gotcha.
TV I go.
Um, so being a team mom person, when I was working in the Omaha area, I actually did a job for Farah's mom. So I was in that house and stuff. So
Really?
yeah, yeah, she's as
Oh
crazy
my
as she is
God.
on TV. So
Oh my God. Yeah, oh yeah, they just wrote an article about her and her daughter. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not like getting involved with it. That's your guys's. Yeah, no, the mom. It's just sometimes I'm just kind of like, yeah, not business, not my problem. Not judging you.
yeah. So uh, moving on, you've talked about places you've been and visited. Do you have a like dream vacation that you could think of?
Oh, honestly, I'm gonna probably just want to travel. I know, um, I don't want to travel no more to South America. I've been there quite a bit now. I really want to go overseas. So I kind of, want to go to like, Greece, France, a bunch of places out Italy. I want to go a bunch of places out there.
Hmm.
Thailand. I heard
Ooh,
Thailand. I heard it's expensive going there, but very affordable once you're there. One of my old athletes, Mahe, the one I went to Uruguay, she's actually in Japan right now. She just FaceTimed me yesterday, her in Japan.
uh-huh.
So she's been doing a lot of traveling this past year. So she FaceTimes me every once in a while, sends me snaps. So I feel like I'm on a little vacation with her. So that's my goal now is to go overseas in that part of the world.
Very cool.
We're young,
That would,
one day
yeah,
we're never gonna die, so I just want to explore. That's my
might as
thing.
well. Yeah, no, if you get the opportunity, I'd take it. So I know that you like music. Yeah, there's always music going on in the wrestling room, but what would be your favorite kind of music?
Spanish.
Spanish?
That's Spanish is always my go-to kind of it's in my blood.
Nice. So before matches, did you listen to music?
Um, I didn't start listening to music until the past couple years for tournaments.
Okay.
There was one tournament, it was just going really, really long. So I just threw headphones on. And since then, I just listen to it. And kind of depending where I'm at in the tournament, a day kind of just changes up what kind of music I'm listening to. But I've learned listening to music has helped relax me for
Gotcha.
sure. It has helped me a lot. I
Yeah.
wish I kind of got into it more.
I talked to the girls that, that are still wrestling and those afterwards about pre-match rituals and getting ready for your match. What are some of the things you did to get ready for matches?
Oh, one thing's always having a really good warm up. Really good warm up, burning my lungs out, having those hard, hard warm up. Getting that one hard match in. You're just preparing. And just once I get warmer, just relax. Well, I was always a lightweight, so I was always one of the first rounds to go. So it was warm
Yep.
up and get your water and get ready. Let's go.
So you've been around, you've had good coaches, you've been around a lot of good coaches. You're a good coach yourself. Is there a phrase that, or something that you've picked up from one of the coaches that you really maybe even use on a day-to-day basis or will remember forever?
It kind of changes. Like my high school coach, one thing that I got from them, well, I got a lot of things from one thing was always being tough. That was one thing. And I was on all boys team. So I was the only girl in the room. I was the only girl in the facility. One thing they always said was make sure I was tough. Make sure I was tough and aggressive in your face. And that's something they have like digged into me my whole high school career and has carried over to college, has carried over to coaching. And to this day, I'm like that. And unfortunately now, my coach now, which is Crinzy, that's still his mindset too, tough and aggressive. So it's nice to have what my high school coaches have digged into me that my current coach is the same way. And so like I have similarities, like dang, it's been so many years, but that coach is still there, just a different body.
So I'm gonna, a lot of times I'm talking with people that are either coaching or wrestling folk style. So I'm not gonna put you in the spot of deciding if we're going up or down, neutral. But what are some of your go-tos? What's your go-to on your feet?
Oh, I'm for sure really, really hand fighting, backhand posts, grabbing the wrist. I'm really into 2-on-1s. Two on
Gotcha.
one has always been my thing. There's so many positions for me to get there.
Nice. So I know you got some turns. What's your first thing you're looking for on top freestyle?
I'm a big high gut. That's one thing. The girls will tell you I love my high guts.
Nice.
Goes from high guts to leg lace to guts. But yeah, the girls they get into high guts and the college girls learn quickly how to defend those. They're like, okay, make it is done every single day. And a little back pop too, so they kind of like it.
So if a lot of times again, I'm talking to high school coaches or athletes, but I'm going to go ahead and we'll go international. Either way, you get the opportunity to change one rule in wrestling. What rule are you going to change?
Like folks are freestyle.
You can choose.
Oh. The one rule I wish they'll bring back, they had it when I was a freshman, the two 4-point moves. The two four
Oh,
pointer and then you win the match. I miss that rule.
so if you hit
My
two
that's
big
one where I
throws, the
wish.
match was feet
Yep.
to back, you were done.
Yeah, two four
Nice.
pointers and you won the match. I my freshman year they had it and then they took it away. So I missed that rule actually. On a senior level, it's kind of a little different, but I know college that was really fun.
Gotcha.
Folk style was just bottom. I don't like being on bottom. That's just I struggles. Oh my gosh. Like I know I for sure was on my club kids this year about getting out of bottom, like working specific. There's like a couple of different moves we specifically work on just getting out. Even today,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, gotta get up.
That's that's been a big focus on us too. And I have this year was a much better year on getting off a bottom. We went a lot of quad pod stuff, the
Yep.
series on the quad pod. I think it seems to be
Yeah.
working fairly well,
That's what we did too.
so
We were doing quad pod. Yep.
yeah.
That
There's
that was our main one.
there's a little role that one of the one of the Patillo brothers came and did a clinic for us a few years back. Actually, they both were there. I can't remember which one showed this, but he showed a little roll off of the quad
Yeah.
pod, and I've had a couple of girls really like that. Even had one of them hit it in the a tournament right before our regional. And I heard the coach on the other side, what was that? He'd never seen, not seen that version of a roll and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I've really gotten into the quad pod stuff this year. I think that's definitely helped. I think for a long time the girls really struggled off the bottoms. Of course, with upper body strength difference, that's a
Yeah.
hard thing and stuff. But I think that's most of the coaches are focusing there, and I think we're getting better at it.
Yeah. We
Um,
seen this with my kids. We worked on quad pod, getting out, right into our shots. I know Crinzy said when he went to the All-Star Classic, he watched a Penn State match. That's all the guys were doing quad pod stand up.
yeah,
And I was just like, well, they're
if it
pretty good,
works for
aren't
them,
they? Yeah, I'm
yeah.
like, they're pretty good, so they must know something.
Yeah, bringing that up, I got a couple things left, but the NAIA a few years back decided to do their own national tournament, which I think was an awesome idea. The NCAA this year is, decided to finally make it an official sport for next year. Um, and I don't want to put words in your mouth being a college coach or anything like that, but to me, the NAIA in Division III has built the sport of women's college wrestling. And
Mhm.
sometimes I look at, I think they should just go do their own and then let D1 and D2 try to figure it out themselves. You know, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, I think it's great. It'd be cool, I guess, if there was an all around one. But I
Yeah.
sometimes look at that Iowa team and go, man, it's just not a fair playing field when you're looking at D3, no scholarships, and then you got world team members. It just doesn't seem quite somebody doing it more recreationally almost
Yeah.
than it doesn't seem quite fair to me. What's your thoughts on that? Or do you have any? And you don't have to if you don't want to get anybody mad at you.
Ah. Yeah, look for sure it's a hard transition. I when I was in college, it was WCWA, so it was everybody and your mothers was in
Hmm.
there. There was no five different nationals; it was one. So I for sure
Yep.
came from a different place. When they did decide to branch out, I understand it was the growth of women's wrestling, how much we have grown from it. I know NCAA's want to do their own thing. I know from other coaches, they talk to me, D1, D2, D3, you want to do your own thing. Um, my thing is like, I support it. You guys want to do do your own thing. I just know it's a numbers game too. You have to reach X amount of numbers to be a national qualifier. So right now it's just, I guess you could say like the growing pains. Like,
Yep.
that's part of the progress of, you're in that division, you have to wrestle with these people until you guys become your own thing.
Yeah, I really thought
Uh,
that after Iowa picked it up that we'd see a Penn State team or an Oklahoma State team or an Iowa State team. Missouri
yeah.
didn't see those teams pick up yet, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
there's a lot of
someday.
business behind it. Yeah, it's like
Yes, there is.
starting a program. There's one big business. So
Yeah,
I kind of see it behind it.
and it's
You
and it's
got you
different,
don't want to just yeah, you just don't want to stop a program. You want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. You make sure they're successful, not kind of like, oh, okay, we kind of sort of got this ready for you. Let's figure it out. I think those programs are kind of just taking their time with it and making sure they have everything together for that program can be successful.
Yeah, and we're kind of in that transition state. We really don't know what NIL is going to do to college wrestling
Yeah.
and a lot of the
Oh,
Olympic sports. We don't know because, it's kind of scary. You listen to the men's coaches on D1 side, and they're a little nervous right now. Even, there's programs that have been dropping, and so yeah, kind of a scary time, really.
well, these kids are getting more money than I am. Yeah, the kid getting $1 million. I'm here just like, you're 18 years old. You want to donate something to me?
Yeah,
Like,
you would think they
yeah,
would think they
NIL,
should give
like,
to you.
yeah, like the NIL. Oof, I wish that was a thing when I was in college. Holy crap! Like, but it's kind of like there's pros and cons to it. Good thing
Yeah,
is like, making the kids being social. I know one thing is really big on us. We're like, dude, social media is big. It makes you want to make sure your profile is clean. We talk about social media, make sure it's clean because you don't
hmm,
know who's watching. So that's the biggest thing. We're getting there's some girls now that are getting into social media. Building their own brand. So it's nice that we have kind of like this influence because you never know. Those girls, little girls are looking up to you and you can make a big
yeah,
difference in their lives. So
yeah,
there's for sure a lot of pros and cons for you. You get a car. You get a car. Oh my gosh. I
yeah.
wish. And I'm like, is there NIL deals for coaches? Because I will be more than glad to jump on
There for
the
sure should
bandwagon.
be NIL
But
deals
yes,
for coaches. Um,
yeah, but then you have some of these kids that are getting thrown like thousands and thousands of dollars at 18 years old. Like
yeah,
some are responsible, some are just like, oh, money. Let me go buy this. Let me go buy this. Financially, I'm just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Think
yeah.
about it, like 18-year-old me with
Oh,
half a million
18-year-old me
dollars.
I would have been in big trouble. I know I would have been
Yeah.
in
So
big
I'm here
trouble.
like, it was funny because I was watching the challenge and Leroy was talking about, oh, if I was in Vegas and I had this money, I'd be doing X, Y, and Z. Now, no. Back then, yes. So it's like, you know,
Yeah, yeah, we'll see how it all works out. Time will tell on that.
yeah.
Um, you know, different age, like we discussed earlier, like when I grew up, we watched Iowa Public Television. We'd record that on VHS tape and watch it over and over and over till the next year. Now it's completely different because we have YouTube and you can watch videos of almost anybody. Is there someone that you like to watch wrestling right now? Is there someone that you look up to maybe or aspire or even could be coaches? There's coaches that you listen to, and I love the fact that we have that opportunity to look
Yeah.
at people. Is there somebody that you watch a lot of wrestling or
So wrestling wise, I like to watch a lot of like Japan girls. I've wrestled a couple of them.
Mhm.
I wrestled one a couple of years ago, and so it's nice to watch them. If you already watch them, they're really low. They're low in their stance. They're quick to react, so it's always fun to watch those. Like the Canadians, they're always physically strong. So each culture is very different to watch. I like to watch all different types. The U.S. has their style, so I kind of like to watch each kind of like pick and choose like certain areas because that helps me as an athlete and as a coach. And then like I have some of my girls that I personally train with. I was like, hey, your style is like so and so. You should watch film on them.
Mhm.
Or you should do this move that so and so does. So it's very fun to watch all different type. I'm a big thrower, so kind of a little bit watching Greco. I'm here like, okay, I want to do that throw. And of course, gotta make some adjustments with the locks. But I know
Yep.
some very, very open. It's, even the guys are fun to watch too, and they're a lot more quicker, strength wise too. So it kind of just varies. I'm not really focused on someone. It's just I like to watch all different types because everybody's so different. You can always pick something from each person and kind of make it into your own.
Yeah. I
Um,
like watching Japanese or that's such the Japanese might be the only people that you can't tell who's wrestling from the smallest weight to the highest weight, I think sometimes because they just seem to be, they seem like they just have the style and
well, yeah.
they're just solid. They're fun to watch, but yeah, it's interesting to watch different places like Midwest. Do you think there's a
Oh,
difference in
I
the
had to wrestle one.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
had to wrestle. No, I had to wrestle a Japan girl a couple years ago. Oh my gosh, she was so quick. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Slower rolls there.
Do you think there's differences in you see in the United States? Like a lot of people say, like, that Iowa style, the Midwest style, really grinding, maybe Pennsylvania is a little more fluid, or is there things that you see when you're bringing people in from different parts of the country, or
Yeah, for sure you could tell like some different styles, like in the Hawaiians, big throwers. They're always known for being throwers. You could tell like, yep, that's a Hawaiian. They have judo backgrounds. Cali, that neck of the woods, they have their specific style, and you have like Florida in mid South. You could tell for sure. Once you really focus, you could kind of guess where they're from. But it's
Gotcha.
nice, it's always have nice a different variety in the room.
Very nice. Um, I kind of got through my whole list here, but I'm going to give you an opportunity just to, give us some final thoughts on the day, and it could be on anything, doesn't really matter. You just the floor is yours, coach.
Oh my goodness, got me on the spot now. I don't know, Today I just started off with my individual with one of my littles. She was getting ready for state. And then I had my club practices. So, so it's nice to have all the girls back in the room and grinding it out. Well, they were grinding it out today. Oh my goodness. Um, no, it's just, how I get, personal workout myself in. I go some stretching. One thing I've learned this past year or so, I need to start stretching a lot more. I've noticed when I don't stretch, I am feeling it. My chiropractor tells me, it's like, you're a little tight today, so you need to start stretching more. So, learning for sure to take care of your body. I wish that's one thing I did better when I was younger, was taking care more of my body. When I was young, think I was invincible. I'm fine. Now it's kind of paying back. So that's one thing I wish I did better. So I tell my girls that take care of your body. Stretching is really big, even like a
Yes.
10-minute stretch. So learning that
Awesome.
today.
That's
Oh,
good.
besides that,
Yeah, taking care of your body. So that just reminded me of something I wanted to talk to you about, and I wasn't sure. I know that the NCAA made the decision that JUCO years do not count any longer on their eligibility.
mhm.
Is the NAIA doing the same thing? Do the JUCO years count?
I know our student success coordinator said they're talking about that. So I'm not sure if that rule passed or not. We'll find
Okay,
out this summer.
gotcha.
So
So the way
hopefully.
I saw that, and I was like, oh man, 6 years of college wrestling. They're going to
Yeah.
be crippled old people for sure, because it's a season of college wrestling is a grind, and it is hard,
Mhm.
and it is long. People don't realize sometimes, looking from the outside, man, it starts about the first or second week you're on campus, and it doesn't end until, you're doing some freestyle stuff. Well, the men do the freestyle stuff in the spring. But you guys are wrestling through spring, doing world team trials, or, US
We're
Open.
wrestling 11 months out of 12 months. We are
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
it's
to do that for 6 years and at a high level. Ooh, bodies are going to be hurting. My body hurts now, and I only did the four, you know?
yeah, that's why we try to tell girls like take care of your body. Yeah, one body, do stretching, go do yoga. I know a lot of girls, they go to like yoga life or no, power life. It's our power life. So they a bunch of the girls go off and do yoga together, which is good, It's a nice hot
Hmm.
room, just getting a nice stretch in. And like people don't see like how important that is. We have girls that go to the chiropractor, like little small stuff. It makes a big difference. If you're gonna I like it because you're invested in it. You're investing, you're gonna invest in it, but also gotta remember take care of your body.
Yep.
Big things recovery days. I know we're really big on recovery days with the girls because I'm like coaches need it too. I'm like I need it with the girls. They put me through the ringer every day. These college girls they don't hold back.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, I'm like by the time it gets practice, I'm like I'm dead. I'm like I go about 3 or 4 hours with them today. I'm here is like they don't hold back. I'm like oh,
Well, well, it's
especially with
it's
the little
always fun to get to talk to you. We've made it over an hour of time, so I figured we probably better let other give people an opportunity to listen, but maybe not go too long. So thank you very much. I
ones.
absolutely love being a small part of that Grandview program and stuff,
Always
and I
part
will
of it.
continue to support that stuff. So thank you very much for being on, and I will talk to you in just a second. Let me hit this stop button.